What is up, y'all? Within today's video, we're going to be talking about Brianna Chickenfry and Zach Bryan. Apparently, they just broke up, and Zach Bryan posted it on Instagram without Brianna even knowing that he was going to be posting that on Instagram. I'm like, whoa, this is kind of crazy. But just so many things have come out before. Actually, I want to say about 7 months ago, there was rumors circulating that he did cheat on Brianna. Also, I have to say this recently, if you guys don't know who Brianna Chickenfry is, she hosts a podcast with Barstool Sports. Oh my gosh, I said that so weird. I actually forgot the name of the podcast right now. That's why I was like in my head, what's the name of it? I totally forgot it. I've only watched a couple episodes before, and I do got to keep it real. I really like the co-host better. I think she's hilarious. I see her clips on TikTok a lot of the times, and I'm like, she's actually really funny. I want to say her name's Gracie. I could totally be wrong on that. Let me not even say it. But anyways, nonetheless, she has been in the hot seat because Brianna Chickenfry has had some really hot takes recently. I want to say it started a few months ago when fans were like reaching out to her in the comments and were like, hey, can you give me some Zach Bryan tickets? Or like one fan had an issue with the Zach Bryan ticket situation. And I guess apparently, I don't know, couldn't get their ticket. I forget exactly what the story was. I actually did mention it within a video before because I was so curious to know your guys' opinions about it. And I was like, you know what? She made a really snarky remark of like, I'm not a Zach Bryan representative. Like, call the Ticketmaster hotline. Like, don't, like, why are you hitting me up? Which I totally do understand, but it's to be expected when you are dating a really big, music star, and people are obviously going to be hitting you up about things like that and be asking for like free tickets. Yes, obviously I could imagine that it would totally be super annoying, but at the end of the day, you can just ignore it. Do you know what I mean? I think what it is that she like low-key just has a really like bland, like dry sense of humor, and people take that really like, ugh, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of the times that I make a joke, like I am over animated with it, so it's like you can tell that it's a joke. Do you know what I'm saying? As to where she has that dry sense of humor that you can't really tell that she was like trying to be funny about it. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's where things can be a little misconstrued for her. Recently though, she has been, y'all, she actually, I saw a TikTok about this, she lost over 100,000 subscribers or followers. I forget exactly if it's on TikTok or Instagram, but somebody had posted it because she had a really hot take about the Menendez brothers situation, as to where she had felt that they should not get out of jail, that they should stay in, and a lot of people are opposed to that because if you guys have been keeping along with the case, new evidence has come out and shown that there was some evidence that was missing in the case, and they really should have been let out by now, and she didn't believe so, which obviously a lot of people were really riled up about that. So they didn't like her for that, and then now this is happening too. It's kind of crazy because I'm keeping it real with you. Like, I'm seeing a lot of people saying, like, I saw a whole Reddit forum. I guess a lot of people just don't like her. That people in the Reddit forum were like, good, I'm so glad. I'm glad he cheated on her, because there's actual rumors, allegations of like cheating, and I guess there is some DMs that I will be reading within today's video that apparently he was planning to meet up with a girl. But like I said, this has been like an ongoing thing. Obviously, I feel like at the time that Zach and Brianna got together, I feel like he was like on the rise, and then now he's a really, really big country star, like really big. And I feel like before, when they were like getting together, she was actually more famous than him, but now the roles have reversed. And I really do think, like, okay, I know that there's probably just like, one in the bunch out there, but I really do think that a lot of men that end up becoming way more famous than their girls or whatever, they end up cheating. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really feel like people find it difficult to have all that temptation around them, and I think that he probably gave in. And from the sounds of it, because I will play a small clip because she did address this situation, from the sounds of it, it seems like she had put up with it for a certain amount of time, but now he officially left her. Which I have to say, it seemed like he did break up with her before, like a few days before, but then he didn't say, hey, I'm going to make a public, announcement about this, and he did. Also, I want to say this too, in my personal opinion, what's so crazy is my brother likes his music. I was like, oh, do you know who Zach Bryan is? And he's like, oh yeah, like I love his music, whatever. I barely had learned of him through, Brianna, and like everyone was talking about it on TikTok and stuff. And I think it's so crazy that right after he started like blowing up in the music world, I don't know if you guys ever saw this clip, he got pulled over, and he was such an asshole to the cop. Like, he would not give the cop his license and stuff like that. And he was like, I'm a celebrity. And I'm like, okay, clearly the cop doesn't even know who you are. He doesn't know your first name. So it's like, you just show him your damn ID. Do you know what I'm saying? These people that get on their high horse like that, it's like, oh my gosh, do you think the cop is gonna like take a picture of your ID and like put it on TMZ? Like, I'm so confused. He was just such an asshole about it. So since then, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, I just have like a taste in my mouth towards him. Like, I don't know. I was like, oh, why are you like that? Like, it's not like you're like Morgan Wallen. Do you know what I mean? Like, Morgan Wallen's like super big. And I'm sure that Zach Bryan is too. Like, honestly, like, I've seen him, like, I've seen clips of him at a concert and I was like, damn, that's a lot of people there. So I know he's a big celebrity too. I totally get that. But I just feel like you're no Morgan Wallen. So calm down, sir. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and be reading their post on social media. And then I am going to be playing a small clip from Brianna's not Instagram page, from her YouTube page. So let me get a drink of water and let's get into it. Okay, so this is actually the post right here that Zach Bryan had posted onto his Instagram. Also, you know what I want to say too is because I was just being nosy looking at his stories. Like, he was posting about like fixing up an old car. And so he made a couple posts about fixing up this old car. And in between that post, he made the post about breaking up with Brianna and then continued on to post about fixing this old car, which I was like, do you know how worthless that would make me feel? Like, I would feel like trash if you did that. If it was just the only post for the day, like, I'd be like, okay, they made the post public, whatever. But the fact that you're like over here fixing this car, thank you guys for the recommendations on this piece and that piece or whatever. And then, oh, by the way, I'm breaking up with Brianna, or I broken up with her or whatever. And then bam, continue on to the car. It's kind of like, that is so, I am so sorry, but it just adds on to, in my personal opinion, I just feel like he's like low-key kind of a piece of shit, because I'm like, can't you just make that post for the day and at least just, you know, wait until tomorrow to post about the car? Like, why do you have to be doing that? And then in the middle of that post, it just shows that you're like, oh, I just don't give a shit, and let me just let everyone know and let all the girls out there know, hey, I'm single and ready to mingle. That's kind of how I took it, but to each their own. Anyways, this is the post that he made right here. Addressing something. Brianna and me have been, oh my gosh, here I am making up my old words. Let me restart that. Addressing something. Brianna and me have broken up with each other, and I respect and I love her with every ounce of my heart. She has loved me unconditionally for a very long time, and for that I'll always thank her. I have had an incredibly hard year personally and struggled through some pretty severe things. I thought it would be beneficial for both of us to go our different ways. I am not perfect and never will be. Please respect Brianna's privacy and space in this, and if you have it in your heart, mine too. With everything I am to and oh my gosh, with oh my god, why can't I not talk right now? With everything I am and to anyone I let down, I am sorry. I try my best in everything. I failed people that love me and mostly myself. I'm so sorry, in my personal opinion, I feel like this is just like a typical like narcissistic thing to say, because you're kind of like victimizing yourself in this. Like, I'm not perfect, blah, 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 like, feel sorry for me. It's like, okay, clearly you did something bad over here, okay? That's just my opinion, because it just seeming that way with, he had these cheating rumors like 7 months ago. Now he's having them again. This is actually from another TikTok right here. I am so sorry that this screenshot is really blurry, but this is what it had said right there to his actual verified account. It said, "Are you sure you don't want to come to meet me? It's pretty quiet." And then he wrote back, "Really bad look for me, Jillian, being out with ya. I'd love to though. Beer sounds great. Please keep this under wraps and be, y'all, like I said, it's super blurry. I'm so sorry. And be kind to my privacy, okay? Oh my gosh, we just moved out here, and if we can keep this between us, I'd owe you forever." I don't know if he's saying like we just moved out here as in like him and Brianna, but it kind of like seemed that way, and obviously he's asking for all this like privacy. So clearly this was ending up, you know, a little messy, in my personal opinion. Now, I will get into the clip that Brianna had actually posted onto her YouTube video. She did say as soon as she's like feeling a little bit better about things that she will fully address it. I'm sure she'll have like a full podcast about it. But this is what she said right here. "Hey guys, I'm feeling really blindsided right now. Gonna hop off social media for a while and attempt to heal privately. When I'm ready, I'll be back and ready to talk. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all your kind words. Remember, you are so loved and everything's always gonna be okay." And then right after that, she did make a post that she did upload a YouTube video talking a little bit about the situation. I'm going to go ahead and play a small clip of it so you guys can check it out right here.
But I just woke up to Zach posting that we broke up, and I had no idea that post was going up. He didn't text me, he didn't call me. I've been crying for like 5 days straight, and sorry if this video is going to be a lot of jumping around, but I'm at the point where it's like, how can you give someone everything and like love them so unconditionally, like through stuff that you shouldn't, because you just love them and you want them, like you see the good in them. Like, how can you, oh, this is so embarrassing. Like, give every ounce of yourself to someone and then like be discarded of in a few days. It's really, really heartbreaking, and like when I'm ready to talk about everything that happened, I will. But right now I'm just like completely blindsided.
So as you guys can see from right there, she seems very blindsided by this and very distraught. This is where I say too, I feel like it's really messed up that he obviously says, oh, he has so much love in his heart for Brianna, but clearly that's not the case. Like, wouldn't you hit her up before and be like, hey, I'm gonna let you know that I am gonna make this public so that way everyone knows. I don't want anybody questioning anything. Say for example, if I'm out with the boys and I'm talking to another girl, I don't want this to be like spinned into some type of drama. Whatever the case may be, I feel like he could have let her know that he was going to go public with it. So obviously she wasn't blindsided by this, and that way everyone's not like hitting her up and like, hey girl, like what's going on, what happened, because what if she hasn't told everybody yet? What if she was processing it on her own? As she did say in her video too, that she's been crying for like 5 days straight. This is obviously something that she has known about. Like obviously they did decide to break up, or he broke up with her prior to posting that. I just still think that when you're going to be making a public post, and when you are a big, country singer, people are obviously going to be talking about this, and you should have a little bit of respect to let the person know that you're breaking up with, that you are going to be taking it public. That's just the least that I would do, because obviously everyone's going to like be like, what happened? And everyone's going to be flooding her DMs and her comment section and all of her videos. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like this is where I'm like, low key, he's probably not the best guy. And then on top of that too, she did make a little bit of a comment in there when she had said that like she loved him so unconditionally, and even though she shouldn't have, it's kind of like clearly he has messed up. Do you know what I mean? That's just my opinion on it. I'm low-key kind of really curious to know like when she's gonna address this situation. I feel like, I don't know, she's probably gonna take some time with it, but then I feel like low-key she has some dirt on him. So I'm just curious to see how this is all gonna play out. But anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.